Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. Thank you to all the subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, please give it a thumbs down. Your opinion is very important. Also hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever a new video drops. You go back and watch it later when you have time. Alright, so today's video is based on a situation that I found myself in over this Labor Day weekend. Actually, I was made aware of it sometime last week. There was someone that came over to my house. We were talking about different things, and he brought up a situation that he had over by where he lives. He lives around where you see the apartments in the thumbnail, okay? He lives around those apartments there. And he told me that a lot's been going on in those apartments. He says that a lot of different neighborhoods are rioting, like in the alleys and stuff right there. And that was never happening before until they put those apartments up and they populated them. There's apartments popping up all over East Los Angeles and Maravilla, housing projects. And I think the main purpose for them is to get a lot of the people off the street, which I think's a good idea. In my opinion, I think they should be very careful who they let into these places, as far as drug activity goes. And secondly, as far as gang activity goes, okay? Now, if they could put gang members from different areas there in the same location and they could act right and respect it as the place where they live and where other people live with maybe their girlfriends, even if they live by themselves, and have that kind of respect that's needed in order to live together, fine. But just like jail, if there's not rules in place, man, things are going to happen. People are going to get out of line. People are going to drink. They're going to get high. They're going to play the fool. They're going to kick up shit. And they're going to cause problems in these places and with the people around the area of the apartment. And that's exactly what happened. There was a confrontation between a brother that lived in those apartments and a homie that lives in the neighborhood. He's not from any neighborhood. The homie's not from any neighborhood. He's just lived here all his life. He knows a lot of people because he grew up here. He went to school here. Anyways, dude from the apartments, he was drunk. He threw up his set, homie that lived here all his life got offended and told him to rub all that shit in his chest, instead of just ignoring him, which I can't fault him for that. That's the way he was brought up, that's the way he was raised, and he was confronted negatively by some man. And although he responded poorly, he responded the way he felt he should. And started some conflict, right? While the guy that was over at my house telling me about this conflict, his idea was, we got to run all those people out. We can't have those people coming and live here. And what I mean by those people, I'm talking about brothers. Now, I don't agree with him, but if this guy acts up, then I definitely think that needs to be taken care of. First of all, I think it should be taken care of by his homies that live there in those apartments, who are being placed here in our neighborhood and should, recognize that, if they're going to be living here amongst us, there needs to be some mutual respect and understanding. Anyways, long story short, he had brought this to my attention, and during this weekend, I was at the store. It's a little store in our neighborhood that we have under our wing. We don't let people get off the metro and go in there and act a fool. We'll make them leave, man. They're good people that own the store. We know the owners. They're good with us, and we look out for them, if ever we're around. Anyways, there was a guy in there that it was his birthday, and I guess he got in a conversation with one of the guys in the store, and the guy in the store said, "Come on your birthday and I'll give you a beer, I'll buy you a beer or something." I don't know how the conversation went. But the guy wasn't working that day, and dude wanted his beer. Anyways, I overheard the conversation, and I don't know, it just came out. I just asked him, "Hey, excuse me," I go, "Do you live over here at these apartments over here?" And he goes, "Yeah. And I go, "Oh, all right." And he goes, "Oh, why? Did you want to talk to me about something? Are you the one that was going to come and talk to us, or what's up, And I told him, "Yeah, come on, let's go outside." He goes, "All right." So we went outside, and a couple of my other homeboys came over to hear what was going on, right? So I asked him, I go, "Hey man, what's been going on over there?" And he goes, "Oh, well, one day, this essay got into it with some dumbass in my apartments who keeps acting up. And, we already talked to him. We told him to be cool." Anyways, dude ended up being from the Rolling 60s, but not the LA chapter. He was from somewhere else. Okay. And there was another dude with him from the Watts Project Crips, if that's a set. Anyway, so long story short, dude from the project said that they're already working on getting rid of dude. Dude's not going to be able to live here with us, and they don't want him jeopardizing their good standing, because of his big mouth and his drunkenness and his attitude towards essays, Anyways, the conversation was peaceful. I've had the similar conversations with other brothers in the neighborhood, and they know, man, I'm cool with everybody, until we're not, and dude definitely crossed several lines, Anyways, they said they were going to have this guy, they were going to remove this guy from the apartments. And I'm gonna bring some things up, and I hope that I get a good response in the comment section. And even more than that, I hope I have the time to sit down and really get into this with you guys, man, because it's an important subject, and there's a lot going on. We have all this homeless problem. Like, there's some things I don't understand, though. And this might take a little bit of time to explain, but try to hang in there with me. Now, look, you've heard recently of the incident with the Venezuelan gang that took over these apartments in another city and ran amok. And, man, people needed to move out of the apartments. And they basically went in there, threw their weight around. And, they're not even from here. And, yet the government's helping these people come into the into the United States and find housing and giving them benefits to survive here. And yet the people that need to get out of that apartment, because it's become too dangerous for them and their families there, can't get no help to move out. or can't get placed in one of these type of apartments, these housing units that are being made available to gang members, basically. Even myself, I went and applied for this one place. I'm on SSDI, okay? Social Security Disability Insurance. I don't get SSI, I get SSDI. But still, it's not a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's hard just to make it on that. You need to be making a little bit of money on top of that in order to survive, or you're not going to survive. I get $1,900, a little over $1,900, and my rent is $1,900. Anyways, I went and applied for one of these apartments, man, and they wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in because of my record. And yeah, they have these apartments letting gang members, drug addicts in, and I couldn't even get in an apartment myself. They're placing homeless people from different cities, from South LA, from all over the place. We got homeless homies all over right here in East Los Angeles. Well, get them in these apartments right here. Why are they still in the streets, homeless, trying to get a place somewhere? And then when they do, they send them out to bumfuck Egypt. When we have all these local apartments here that they're putting people from all over the place. And then they come in and then they run amok. They're writing their barrios all over, and causing more pedo, because they are. You know what I mean? There's reaction. And now we're not just dealing with the locals, we're dealing with people from out of town coming in and acting the fool in our neighborhood. And we got to deal with that, It's like shit's all twisted up. Went and tried to apply for another place, and it turns out that the people in charge of that place has all their family and friends living there. And if you're not in with them, then you don't get a place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to know somebody who knows somebody to get in, because they're placing all their people. You go to the parking lot and there's a bunch of new cars parked in there, and come on, man. We got people that don't even have vehicles sleeping in the street, Like, what's really going on? You know what I mean? The shit's all twisted up and broken still. They're just throwing money at it and then abusing everything. Not just the people that are moving into these places, but the people who are being put in charge of these places. There's no checks and balances, man, to make sure that things are being done appropriately, fairly and properly, That's my opinion. That's just me. It's just me running off at the mouth on what I've seen and what I've experienced myself, trying to apply for some of these places, Yeah, there's enough people just right here in the outskirts, all throughout Maravilla, that could fill up all these housing places right here in East Los Angeles. You know what I mean? And instead, they're bringing people from other places, don't know how to act. Some of them don't know how to act. The guy from Rolling 60s and the other dude from the Projects, man, they were cool. They represented righteously, man. They talked respectfully. They understood. We exchanged phone numbers. Everything went copacetic. We had to see from here out how things go. But hey, like, until that little tiny talk that we had, that little 5-minute discussion, there was a lot of tension going on, just because one individual who gets drunk and does what he does and runs amok, you're gonna mess it up for everybody. I remember there was a time that brothers were not welcome here in East LA, man. They weren't. They'd come in and, man, they'd have to leave, man. It was just too much, for them to be with their families and stuff, and it ain't that time right now. And right now everything's copacetic, you know what I mean? And it could remain that way. It can, but not like with dodos like this dude. So, um, hopefully that situation gets taken care of, and we're able to get some people in there, man, that could get a handle on things. Because if not, man, it's gonna be all bad when these dudes crash out, man. They get loaded, they get drunk, and they start disrespecting, with their mouth. They start banging their neighborhood. This ain't their neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's just all jacked up. But I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think. Not just with this Valenzuela, these guys from Valenzuela. What is it, Valenzuela? Not just with these idiots, but with the housing situation. Yeah, there's a lot, and there's a lot being built right now. They're going up like crazy, but like, how long are they gonna last, man? Like, how well are those places gonna be taken care of unless there's somebody checking the people, man, and making sure they're not just in there smoking and doing their crap and tearing things off the building and off the property to go sell and make money. You know what I mean? Like, there's people like me, man, that could use a place, instead of paying my whole check to the landlord and then, struggling the rest of the way with my wife to pay the bills and the food, and hey, if I hadn't worked all these years, I'd probably be getting like $800, $900 a month, and then how would I really have survived, Like, it's ridiculous, like, I know the government's trying to do something, but I don't think they're managing it right, and you can't get into a place because dude or because old girl has all of her cousins and tias and homeboys and their tias, and their sisters and homegirls all filling up these places, and you're just asked out, you can't do nothing about it. You can't say nothing about it. You just gotta just walk away. It is what it is. You don't get a place, unless you know somebody, and it really is like that. Like I said, man, then people that got jacked up over there in that apartment by the Valenzuelans, man, they wouldn't get no help to be relocated. And they're citizens. They're Americans, But these guys that came over, the Valenzuelans, they come over and the government helps them to get them places and to get on their feet, give them food stamps, medical, all that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. These things are just like upsetting the way things are going, the way things are heading. When I seen all these apartments going up, I thought something good was happening. I thought we were on our way to see some positive change, in the homeless situation and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Look forward to hearing from you. Views have really been down. I try to change the topics up and stuff, but unless I get back to the old topics, man, I'm pretty much I pretty much see this channel just going all the way down, so I'm gonna have to just start doing what I was doing before in order to get some views in, because if not, I'm not gonna be able to continue down this road. And I really enjoy this, especially when I get a good feedback, from the people and stuff, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on the next video. And if you can't share this video, if you think it might be worthy of discussion and stuff, God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you very much for watching.